Drug report shows trend of abuse on college campus. This from folks over at Everything Lubbock. Public records revealed a trend of drug abuse among students at Texas Tech University throughout the fall semester. Quote, I don't think Texas Tech is any worse than any other university, said Aspire Recovery Centers of Texas admission counselor Shannon Mason. I think we're focused on it now with recent incidents. Well, that's good. Hey, Jody, they're focused on the whole drug thing now over at Texas Tech that, remember we heard earlier there wasn't a drug problem over at Texas Tech. Now there's a trend, and they're focused on it now over at Tech. Quote, the story from Everything Lubbock. The issue was brought to light after 19-year-old Hollis Daniels was arrested for drug possession while a freshman at Tech, led to Texas Tech police officer being shot and killed shortly after his arrest. A search warrant stated Daniels was caught with Xanax and other unknown tablets on October 9th. Records state that Adderall, cocaine, opioids, and marijuana are other popular drugs found with local college students. It was a couple of years ago when, and I was sent this story right after the shooting at Texas Tech. But do you remember when Talkington Hall, when there was a suspected meth lab inside one of the dorms? Yeah, there's not a drug problem over at Tech. Texas Tech Chancellor Robert Duncan told everythinglubbock.com student population does not have a drug problem on their campus. Quote, young people are young people, but I do think in our campus, we're really a safe campus, Duncan said. I know that there's certainly a very important part of our safety and culture is to avoid those things, and I'm confident that we're in really good shape here at Texas Tech University. How can one say that when a guy who was just arrested with drugs, who was allegedly selling drugs out of his dorm, just shot and killed a Texas Tech police officer? I don't know if you can say, I'm confident we're in really good shape here at Texas Tech University. Public records listed over 31 cases of drug possession cited by a Texas Tech police officer in the fall of 2017. By the way, we're still in the fall semester. Majority of these reports stated marijuana was involved. Some included non-students. Other students were listed as repeat offenses. The group does not include alcohol or intoxication citations. Mason argued Texas Tech is not alone with battling the issue. It occurs on several college campuses throughout the country. However, her office sees a routine increase in the fall when students return to campus. People are not in school for the semester, or if they're coming in as a new student, people who have past substance abuse problems, once they get to school, they have in their mind that they're just going to be able to stop. What happens is they get into school and become aware that they can't stop, and then that's when they usually seek treatment. Mason urged friends and family to watch for warning signs of unusual behavior in order to seek help before the issue becomes life-threatening. Substance abuse has been going on forever. We live in the 1% of time when there's been a solution. So, okay. Now, again, Robert Duncan with the comments. This is when I say, and I know I've said this before, and I'm just repeating myself, but these college administrators, these chancellors, these presidents, this is, we live in a bubble language, right? When you still want to say, we don't have, it's Baghdad Bob, we don't have any problems. We're a safe campus. You can't say right now that you are a safe campus when you have just instructed DPS to review your policies and your security. You can't say that you're a safe campus. If something were to happen inside this building or on this floor, and we had asked the, let's just say Lubbock Police Department, okay? Hey, Lubbock PD, will you come in and just review our policies, make sure we're doing everything all right? And someone were to come up and ask me, hey, is that floor completely safe? There's no way I can say yes until the study of our policies is done. And when you have just had a Texas Tech police officer shot and killed, you cannot, and by the way, the timeline it took 30 minutes for Tech Alert to go out. Another event that happened, apparently there was a shot fired in this guy's dorm room and the campus wasn't shut down. Okay, there are 3 events right there that tell me Texas Tech is not a completely safe campus. It might be safe compared to the south side of Chicago, but you can't tell me it's a completely safe campus. You can't come out to the media and say that. It's not truthful. Now, after DPS does their investigation and LPD does their investigation into what all happened and all of this information comes out, then we can say, you know what? There was a mistake made. Yeah, Texas Tech is a safe campus. But as of right now, you can't say Texas Tech is a completely safe campus. And remember, there was a past article with the chancellor where he had said, now this was also, I believe, from everythinglubbock.com, yes, where he had said that he didn't believe drugs are a particular issue on campus. You know, you've had 31 cases so far where tech police have actually gotten involved. You have 31 problems there. You have a counselor, I think she's a counselor, who says, well, you know, we're not worse than any other school out there, but we're focused on it now with the recent incidents. Was there not a focus on it beforehand? Maybe that would have helped. Maybe we need to have a review of policies there. I don't know. If you're a parent of a student on that campus and you're paying so much money, I don't know if you're okay and you just accept it as, oh, okay, that sounds good to me. A chancellor coming out and saying, you know what? It's a problem everywhere else. It's going to be a problem here. I don't think you're okay with administration at all coming out and saying, you know, yeah, drug abuse happens on every college campus. Going to happen here too. I don't think you're okay with that. You know, if you're going and looking at buying a house, okay, and you go around and you talk to your realtor about buying a house and you ask the question, how's the crime issue here on this street? Well, you know, they have a little bit of crime on this street, but hell, it happens everywhere. You might as well just move in. Well, no, they're not going to say that. You know, you don't have LPD coming out and saying, you know, folks, I know we've asked for a lot of extra officers and we're asking for a new police department. And, you know, listen, I know a lot of you are concerned about crime, but hell, it happens everywhere. Crime happens everywhere. Get over it, okay? It happens everywhere. There's not a lot we can really do. And crime happens everywhere, so just get over it. No, what do? They step up patrols in certain areas. They try to improve the situation. You know, I don't think Texas Tech is worse than any other university. What you should say is, you know what? We have issues here. A lot of universities have issues. Well, we're going to try to do a little bit better because we know drugs are a problem on this campus. Obviously, they are. You can't say that your college campus is 100% safe or that your campus is safe at all when you've just asked DPS to review your policies. You can't do that. I would love for the campus to be 100% safe or completely safe, but it's not going to happen. You know, it's not a bubble. You have to stop thinking of these universities as bubbles. You have to move beyond that, or else these things are going to continue to happen. You know that, oh, we're safe. We're safe. We don't have issues here. Chancellor Duncan, the student population does not have a drug problem on their campus. Apparently there is a drug problem. Now, it can be a drug problem that's on other campuses too, but apparently over at Texas Tech, there is still a drug problem. Young people are young people. That's one of those attitudes also that signals to young people, go ahead and smoke your marijuana. Have a little bit of fun. It's college. Young people are young people, but I do think in our campus, we really are a safe campus. You cannot say that. You can say we're striving to be safer. You can say that, DPS is doing a review to see just how safe of a campus we really are. But to have this attitude, it's sad to see how quickly administration at a university, and I think this happens at all universities. This is not, just at Texas Tech. This is a university mindset of something bad has really happened, but now it's been a week and we can go back to our bubble of being a really safe university. We don't need to talk about the real world. We don't need to talk about how there are drug cartels operating in Lubbock and Lubbock County. We don't need to talk about that and see if that's had an influence on our campus, because the outside world cannot step foot onto a college campus. It's the mindset. President yesterday just talked about a national health crisis, an opioid crisis. You can't say that the nation has an opioid crisis and Texas Tech doesn't have a drug problem. Tech is not a bubble. The University of Texas is not a bubble. A&M is not a bubble. You've got to teach these kids, and you've got to use this language of, you know what? This is real world here. This is why you see these kids at other universities, and thank God it hasn't happened at Texas Tech, but you see it happening at Berkeley and other universities where they're presented with an opinion that is different from what they have been taught in their 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years at Berkeley, and they freak out and they have to burn stuff. It's because they can't deal with the real world. They're not taught to deal with the real world. They're taught to live inside a bubble of thought, a bubble of life. They're taught to live that way. And it starts at the top and it goes all the way down. And when you say we're a 100% safe campus, well, then why are you having DPS review your policies? We don't have a drug problem. Really? There are drug cartels operating in and out of Lubbock County throughout West Texas. There's an opioid crisis throughout the United States. And there are at least 31 cases reported so far of students who have just been caught dealing drugs or with drugs. And you just had a Texas Tech police officer who was shot and killed by an alleged drug dealer and drug user on a college campus who fired a gun inside one of your dorms. And the college wasn't shut down. Don't tell me that everything's fine in Raiderland. 770-5790, toll free, 1-800-687-0790. Chad Hasty Show, KFYO. Text message that has come in regarding Texas Tech. Received a few of them over the last few minutes. Chad, you need to stop pushing on the bubble at Tech. You might cause it to pop. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want the folks over at Tech to be exposed to the real world now, do we? And I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand what the problem. Well, I understand the monetary and the PR aspect, that you want to assure everyone that everything is fine and dandy. But when you get to the point where you say, drugs aren't a problem on a college campus now. We're just like every other college campus. Kids will be kids. Young people will be young people. I don't know if that's helping anything. Don't know if it's helping at all. Texas Tech, they're in denial. Another text message that has come in. I'm fairly sure that in spite of campus carry, dorms are gun-free zones. I'm not sure about that. I need to check and see. I've heard both ways that there are some dorms that do allow guns, but I need to check that. As we can see, banning guns only kept guns in the hands of law-abiding students. The drug-using thief had his gun in his dorm room, used to commit murder. That's when everyone started jumping on this idea that campus carry. Campus carry. It has to be because campus carry. And then everyone erased those tweets because they were completely wrong. But if you think about it, this scumbag who shot and killed a police officer, he was able to run across the campus. It was 30 minutes until a tech alert was sent out. He was able to run across a campus. He encountered at least one girl. And then he ran back across campus. According to one of our listeners, he had the cheer squad or pom squad inside the Coliseum, and the city employees weren't letting this guy in. He ran across campus twice. I mean, I know this. It's going to sound cold, maybe. I'm not trying to take anything away from the death of a police officer. This could have been a lot worse for Texas Tech University, and I don't know if they know that. I don't know. Maybe the bubble is, formed too quickly, but Texas Tech, I think, got very lucky.